So thank you everybody for joining us. My name is Nigel McShine Jones, which in itself is a big mouthful, so you can just call me Nige. It's a lot easier. I'm the partnerships manager here at Stuba, and we are delighted to welcome the one and only Mr. Darren Hall from Oasis Hotels or I should say Resort Marketing, who represent Oasis Hotels. And Darren is one of the senior directors at Resort Marketing, and he has kindly joined us today to tell us about the amazing Oasis Hotels and Resorts.
You're welcome.
You to take it away with regards to your magnificent properties.
All right, let me just cue all this up. First and foremost, guys, thank you for taking time to sign in, register for today. What I'm going to do is just sort of walk you through the key properties. Now, I have got some great news for you. Half the hotels are going to be closed for refurbishment, so we've saved about 15 minutes of your morning, which I'm sure you'll be pleased about. So I'm just going to cue all this up, share it all with you, and hopefully you can see. Can everyone see the presentation okay? Nigel, can you see it, guys? Can you all see it?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Showing.
So Oasis Hotels and Resorts, we as in Resort Marketing are the UK and European representation for the hotel. So the hotel group doesn't have bricks and mortar in the UK, so all reservations, all marketing, promotions are all handled by us here at Resort Marketing. We're delighted that we are working with Stuba to promote the brands, or the brand and the hotels. And like I said, I'll walk you through the core product, which is very much in demand from a UK perspective.
So Darren, do you want to just stick it into presentation mode, make it slightly bigger on screen? There we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. Brilliant. So, brilliant.
Before we kick off, let's start with the finale. Now, for all those who signed up, and it goes downhill from here, so I might as well start with the best. For those who signed up, now, as I said, Stuba is a very, very important business partner with us for Oasis. So what we're going to do as a little thank you to everyone who's on this morning, the next 25 bookings from this morning, we will ping you over an Amazon voucher for £25 for the first 25. All you've got to do is send us a copy of your Stuba confirmation over to myself, and then in return we'll send you an Amazon email for £25 sterling. So hopefully,
wow.
There's no limit. If someone does 24 bookings, then they're going to get 24 lots of £25. I can't add that up without calculators. That's a hell of a lot. And it'll just leave one poor soul to pick up the last one. So get those bookings in, and we will send those off to you. Okay, so my email address is there.
That's amazing.
All right.
Excellent.
So, introduce you to the brands. Now, like I said, we're only going to concentrate on the ones which are currently they're all open. However, from May through to the end of the year, half of the resorts are closing for refurbishment. So the ones which remain open, and to be honest with you, they are the ones which are in demand from the UK market, are the Pyramid Cancun, the Grand Oasis Cancun, the Sens Cancun, and also the Grand Oasis Palm. Now, and also the Oasis Palm, I should say, as well. Now, the Smart, the Sens Tulum Riviera, and the Grand Oasis Tulum Riviera do close on the 5th of May, and are closed right through to the end of November, early part of December for refurbishment. Okay, so like I said, it seems pointless going through product which is not actually going to be available to you. However, 80% of our sales are for the core product, which I've forementioned. So the Pyramid, Grand Oasis Cancun, the Sens, and the Grand Oasis Palm. Now, in terms of star rating, I'm going to be very honest with you. The star ratings here are local. Now, we all know there is a little bit of fluctuation with star ratings. Certain operators will list it slightly lower, slightly above. In my honesty, they are accurate, and you can promote them as is with the utmost confidence. Excuse me. So I said the Pyramid is classed as 5-star. The Sens Cancun also. The Grand Oasis Cancun again is also 5-star. The Grand Oasis Palm is also 5, and the Oasis Palm is 4. So I would be actually in agreement with those star ratings. So please have absolute confidence in those ratings. So in terms of the core product, it's very much geared at couples, young people, family. We've also got adult only areas as well. The Grand Oasis Palm and the Oasis Palm is 100% family friendly. And to be honest with you, if it was myself making a decision to take myself, wife, and my 4-year-old between, say, the Grand Oasis Cancun and the Oasis Palm, I would go with the Palm. I do think it does tip it in terms of as a family-friendly resort with the activities, very much geared for that. So if you're weighing up between one or the other, my personal opinion would be steer families towards the Grand Oasis Palm and not the Grand Oasis Cancun. And I think they would thank you for that. So in terms of where they're all located, apart from the 2 Tulum products, which are about an hour and a half from Cancun, the core product is in the main Cancun hotel zone. So everything is they're centrally located to where all the other hotels are in that main strip. So introduce.
I was just going to say, sorry, Dan. I was just going to say to the guys out there, if you've got any questions, guys, please stick them in the chat room, and we can throw them Darren's way. We don't want to be just sort of like sitting there and everybody just listening to a presentation all the time. We want to get you involved as we're going along. So feel free to drop any questions in the chat room. Any questions, or if you've been, or any cheeky remarks, or any insights or whatever, then please drop those in the chat room and we'll respond as we go along. Sorry, Darren.
That's all right, my friend. Good suggestion. Right, just to bring you up to speed very quickly before I just go through the highlights of the Pyramid. Booking through Stuba at the moment, we have got savings for the Pyramid up to 60%. So some really, really good offers in terms of nightly rate discounts. Now that up to 60% is valid in terms of a booking window through to the 30th of April. So plenty of lead-in time. Now, we're not happy with just up to 60%. Exclusive to Stuba, we've also got some upgrades. So for arrivals between 1 May, 30 June and 1 September to 31 October, if you book the lead-in room type, you'll get upgraded to the next one. Okay, now we have a double upgrade at the Pyramid. So it'll go from the standard room up to a junior suite, which is a 2-room upgrade, providing they stay 4 nights or more. And that's exclusive to Stuba. So if you want to get those savings and those upgrades, there is only one place to go to, and that's who we're speaking to today. So
got a couple of questions.
Yeah.
From Michael, do any of the lovely hotels have a family water park?
Grand Oasis Palm.
The Oasis Palm. Okay, yeah, excellent. Thank you.
Great stuff, which we'll go on to. Now,
okay. Just a second. Just one more question, Darren. Okay. Sorry, mate.
That's right.
From Sheila Stamp, who's obviously a travel counsellor. She's asking, are these discounts showing in Phoenix for them?
They would do, providing Phoenix has integrated the product, which I do believe they have, then it would display. But obviously, we are encouraging people to obviously book it through yourself.
Yeah, well, no, I mean we've got an API with travel counsellors, so Stuba as a supplier would show on there. So yeah, we'll just make sure.
Sorry.
Sheila, I'll check with Ange, our head of sales, on that, and we've got your details, and we'll just double check on that for you.
Yeah, the offers would pull through your Stuba's API from us, and then into
I would imagine
whoever.
So. Yeah.
Sorry, Sheila, I thought you were referring to a direct connection between us and travel counsellors. My apologies for any confusion that may have caused. So we have the Pyramid, which is known as the Gourmet Premium Resort, and stating the obvious, it's smack bang in the middle of this picture you can see here. Now, there are also pyramid rooms to the left and to the right. And this is where it does get a little bit, this is where Oasis does get a little bit complicated, because the Pyramid Resort is also part of the Grand Oasis Cancun. So it's two hotels in one. So what you're seeing here is not only the Pyramid, it's also the Grand Oasis Cancun, but they are separate properties. But Pyramid guests can access the entire resort of the Pyramid and also Grand Oasis Cancun. And how they're identified is on a wristband system. Those who are in the Pyramid will have one colour. Those in the Grand Oasis will be wearing another colour. So it's very easily identifiable. So, as I said, it's known as the Gourmet Premium. What Oasis do very, very well, and what they're renowned for, is their food and beverage. I'm going to find it really, really difficult to say to you that I've been to another hotel group, whether it be in Mexico, Antigua, Barbados, where the food has been better than Oasis. This is what they do really, really well. So if you've got foodies, this is probably going to tick all their boxes, because we have got some phenomenal restaurants available to guests. So it's made up of suites and it's made up of rooms. Okay, and I'll just give you a few tidbits in terms of sort of like rooms and which ones to potentially upgrade, because the views are a little bit better or the rooms are slightly larger. In terms of restaurant, like I said, you're going to have exclusive restaurants for Pyramid guests over Grand Oasis Cancun guests. So I said, this is where it is a little bit complicated, because it is two hotels in one. So the rooms and suites at the Pyramid, very contemporary, very much geared at the UK, US market in their colour schemes and their facilities. They're not traditional looking properties in terms of the room, so there's no sort of dark woods and dark ceilings and floors. They're very, very airy, very bright, and I've seen all these suites, and they are of a really, really good spec. I think your clients would be very, very happy in any one of these three. And like I said, at the moment, with the deal that we have and the promotion that we have for Stuba, your clients can get that double upgrade into the Pyramid Junior Suite for the same price as a standard room. And plus, they got the 60% up to 60% off as well. So it makes the Pyramid offering really, really competitive for a 5-star product down in Mexico. Now, you've got this Shere Khan suites as well, which is basically another level up. And what the Shere Khan suites offer is exclusive floors. So only Shere Khan guests can get into these rooms. They'll also have access to bars and restaurants that other guests can't access. And it's just these little advantages that being a Shere Khan guest, the guests will be able to enjoy. So again, same sort of color schemes, but really, really airy and some absolutely fantastic views of the property.
And one
Now,
looks as though it's got
going into
a lovely hot tub on the balcony outside there.
yeah, you can have a little dip, Nigel.
Sold.
Put your water
Yeah,
wings on.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. And a few of my rubber ducks. Yep, I'm all there.
Fantastic. Right, so we got the gourmet restaurants, and again, this is what the property is renowned for. There's 8 restaurants that only pyramid guests can access and book. I would recommend reservations, particularly for the Black Sens, which is a phenomenal. Basically, the Black Sens is dining in the dark experience, which is really, really weird. It takes a little while to get used to, but you're served basically with white glove, and it's pitch black dining. It's a really, really
Wow.
strange experience, but it's one that is you'll be talking to your customers about for forever. It's one. If you're going to stay at the pyramid, guests must do this Black Sands experience. It's phenomenal. But like I said, the resort is renowned for its gourmet food, and like I said, these restaurants here offer a complete international variety. I would recommend reservations, pretty much all of them, certain times of the year, particularly high season, which you can do upon arrival in resort. Get them booked in. They're all part of the all-inclusive experience. So, like I said, get those reservations done and dusted as soon as your guests arrive to avoid any disappointment. But like I said, you can go from just simple seafood and grill to Italian to the food market, which is international, to Japanese to Mediterranean. It ticks all the boxes. So if you're there for say a week, 10 days, chances are you're going to eat somewhere different every single night. So it provides a great deal of variety and different experiences every single night. Now,
sounds wonderful.
The resort restaurants are going to be located within the Grand Oasis Cancun, which is, like I said, part of the pyramid, or pyramid is part of the Grand Oasis Cancun. These restaurants are available to not only pyramid guests, but also to Grand Oasis guests as well. And these are, I suppose you could say, the run-of-the-mill restaurants, your day-to-day ones. And there's 13 of them. Reservations are not required. But again, there's enough variety there, and it's the sort of things that you will typically see in an all-inclusive restaurant. So you've got the buffet hall, American snacks, international buffet, Mexican cuisine, I should say. Even got a steakhouse as well. Now, like I said, these are open season restaurants, so you don't have to make reservations, and they're available to all guests. So if you got clients in the pyramid and just want to go in and have a quick snack, they've got a choice of 13. But this is where the variety really does go into a different orbit for the pyramid guests. They've got the 8 gourmet restaurants plus another 13 on a day-to-day basis. So really are sport for choice in terms of food and beverage. We've got some. There's also exclusive bars for the pyramid guests as well. There's 5 of them in all, and total there's 14 resort bars. So those 5 are only there for Shere Khan guests and pyramid guests. And again, there'd be premium liquors along with imported local beers, imported beers, etc., etc. As I said at the beginning, Oasis do F&B better than anyone else that I've ever experienced.
Does it also come with a free subscription to Slimming World or Weight Watchers, or for on your return?
That's a supplement. It's very reasonable per person per day. It's about $5. And apparently it's a rolling subscription, Nigel. So
fantastic. Good to know. Good to know.
So you got the Grand Oasis Cancun. Now, if we do go out and about, so if you see the Grand Oasis Cancun car driving around past an agency anytime soon, it will be me in the car. because it's all, we've got a fully branded Grand Oasis Cancun car. So we will be running the competition soon. Basically, spot the car. I'll send Nigel more details about that when we finalise it. We'll be doing some, spot prizes and stuff like that. So the Grand
Sounds
Oasis
good.
Cancun, I said, is the entertainment resort. Now, one top tip: do not send anybody here during spring break, because it's carnage, absolute carnage. The resort will be rammed to the rafters with the American market. Um, hell bent on getting absolutely levered 24/7, and it's just mad. So if you've got anybody who's thinking of going this time, or spring break at the moment is going on, we've seen some of the pictures, and oh god, it's just madness, absolute madness. It's so busy there. So I would
That
avoid
might have
spring break.
that might have appealed to me about 30 years ago, but not now.
30.
Aye,
You're
aye,
being
cheeky.
you're being modest. I must admit, Nigel, I'm with you on that one. Yeah, 30 odd years ago, we'd be there. We'd be holding court.
Yeah,
But no,
absolutely,
not any
absolutely.
longer. So in
No.
terms of what we've got, some offers here at the moment. Save up to 61% through Stuba. Again, that offer is available through to the end of April. And again, we've got an upgrade offer here. So you clients, if you book the standard room, they get the next room up for exactly the same cost. And again, same dates as the pyramid: 1st of May through to the 30th of June, 1 September through to the 31st of October. Now, Grand Oasis Cancun, as I said, is the entertainment resort, and for good reason. There is so much going on here. It's hard to get away from. You're going to have burlesque shows. You're going to have acrobat shows. You've got people, as you can see in the left-hand corner, dressed up as very weird astronauts. You've got foam parties, paint parties going on. It's very much geared at the. It is geared towards the younger crowd. That's why you've got the option of the pyramid, which is going to attract a slightly older clientele who perhaps aren't so much party. But if you have got if you have got clients who are slightly of a younger age, then this really is a go-to resort. They will have great fun from the morning, noon, right through to the morning again. There's something going on all the time: live DJ sets, live bands. It really does put on a good show, whether it's daytime or evening. Now, there's no suites here; it's purely a room property. Okay, and as you can see, with over 1,200 rooms, it's very very sizable. You would certainly crank up the steps, your steps on your Fitbit, from going from one end to the other. It does take a little while to navigate, so it will take you a couple of days to find your feet in resort. But once you have, you can get around very easily. So
With the beaches, Darren, with the
yeah,
beaches, are they public beaches or are they private beaches?
they
Apologies if
are
that's a
public
naive.
beaches. The
Yeah,
beach we throw in as part of the all-inclusive, so there's no supplement for it. It's all part of it. And what we also do,
right.
we make sure the water's right next to the beach. That's it.
Wow.
My jokes are going to get worse than that.
I don't know.
That was
Yeah,
the best one.
I've known you for a while, and I can attest they probably will. So yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly on. Right. So the upgrade offer we've got here, the Grand Standard, you get the Grand Sunset View. The Grand Standard, they're fine, they're clean, they're tidy, they are a little basic. So they're ideal if you've got someone who just wants a base, putting their bags down, putting their head down, washing, showering. They're out all day on the beach or by the pool. They're absolutely perfect. If you want a little bit more creature comfort, then you get the sunset view or the grand ocean view. Okay, so they are the leading room type, and like I said, they're absolutely fine if you're using it as a base. So resort restaurants, as we mentioned, there's 13 in all. So again, these are shared with the Pyramid. Now, resort bars we've already previously mentioned. Grand Oasis Cancun guests are not going to get access to the exclusive bars. They're just going to get access to the resort bars. Now, some of those will be inside, some of those will be outside, and there is some great funky bars throughout the resort, Mexican cantinas and all sorts of bits and bobs. So they're all very, very atmospheric wherever you're going to be. Like I said, as part of the all inclusive, you're free to come and go in any of those throughout the resort. Now, it is the Grand Oasis Cancun is renowned for its entertainment, and it's some of it is absolutely mind blowing. And bear in mind, this is all part of what you've paid for. You're not paying any extra to see these cabaret, see the cabaret shows, the theme parties, the live music shows, the DJ sets. They're all part of the all inclusive product. Excuse me. So, like I said, this is a very, very happening resort. It's lively. So, if you want peace and quiet, then it's not necessarily going to be the one that you would recommend to your clients. But if they want to be entertained, have fun, want to mingle, then yes, it's very much should be on your radar in terms of offering it as a potential option.
Yeah, it sounds like it takes, the general feel about all inclusives in Mexico being such great value. Just in general, it sounds like it's taking it to like another level. No.
Yeah, I mean it really does. I mean, Mexico, in my opinion, probably offers, in terms of price, the best value for your pound you're going to get. If you put these hotels in Antigua, Jamaica, or somewhere else, you would be paying another $250 a night for.
Gourmet, yeah.
No,
absolutely.
Same thing here. You put it into Gourmet, etc. So
no, completely.
Still offers really, really good value. Really good value.
No, completely.
So you can be as active or as lazy, Nigel, as you want. I know, and to be honest with you, you cannot class giant mega Jenga as a sports activity, Nigel. All right.
Okay, all right, no problem.
But there's everything.
And actually, to that. Sorry, go on.
If you want to do, I can see you on a yoga mat, and your Pilates.
No, I was just going to ask the guys out there, in terms of when you go on holiday, let us know who goes to the gym and genuinely exercises on holiday, who's totally anti. I mean, a holiday's a holiday, right? That's my opinion. I'm not going anywhere near the gym. I'm not taking trainers or anything like that, other than walking in them. So we've already had Sheila come and said, not a chance. Sheila, I like you already. We've got a few people coming, but no, as we go along, I'll give you.
And Nigel, lifting 2 pints at once is not deemed exercise. They're not free weights.
Right, that's fine by me. We've got Uri, who said, who is Jim? Mary said, no, absolutely no problem.
So I take it, Nigel, we won't see you down the Zumba class at the Grand Oasis.
No.
All right. They will be disappointed. They will be disappointed.
Sue's saying she takes the trainers, but they stay in the case every time. So yeah, I'm with you, Sue. apart from walking in them. Anyway, we move swiftly on.
I think this is more you, Nigel. Spa and beauty. Now, I know you don't need a lot of work on yourself, because you are a fine specimen of a human being. But if you want a facial or some of this stuff I can't even pronounce, so I'm just going to leave this on the screen for 5 seconds. They've got great spa and beauty facilities in the resort. So if your clients want to go and get pampered, they can do. And I'll leave it at that, because after this stuff, I have no idea what it is.
Excellent.
So moving on to the Sens Cancun. Now, the Sens Cancun is part of the Grand Oasis Palm. So here we have got 3 hotels in one, just to make it even more complicated than the Grand Oasis Cancun and the Pyramid. Now, In terms of offers for the Sens, up to 62% off through Stuba. And we have got the one room category upgrade for guests as well, for those same date bands, May through June, September through October. Now, the Sens is it's a part of the Grand Oasis Palm, and it's it's the smallest part of the complex, and this really is your adults only relaxation part of the get my teeth in part of the product. So again, renowned for its F&B, and its catchphrase is the gourmet premium, which obviously coincides with the pyramid. So I said only 46 suites and only 85 rooms, so very, 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 very intimate. Now, obviously, that is really, really small in terms of Cancun hotel size. When you think that the Grand Oasis Cancun has got over 1,200 rooms, so this is really small, intimate, and a little bit more, and I suppose in one respect, more private. Okay, so it's got everything you can possibly think of within this tiny little resort. Buffet restaurants, got award-winning gourmet cuisine, bars, the entertainment, wellness facilities, etc. And one of the great things, it's also got access to the pirate ship tours, now, which are great fun. I'll come on to that when we talk about the Grand Oasis Palm. So rooms and suites, as I said, 131 in total. So you've got the master suite, you've got the junior suite. The master suite is absolutely massive and will give you some phenomenal views. So if you've got clients who want the best, then it's the Sens master suite all day. But the junior suite is a very, very good alternative. Good size, good facilities within the suite, and all the mod cons that you would any guest would need from their suite. Now, going to be brutally honest, the standard rooms are okay. They do what they say on the tin, but the view is not brilliant. So if your clients want to wake up to a better view, then please recommend that they do the next category up. If they're not worried about that and just want the room for that base purposes, i.e. dumping luggage, sleeping, showering, etc., because they're out on the beach all day or out around the pool all day, then it's absolutely fine. But my personal recommendation is to upgrade them. And like I said, you can already do that with the deals that we put in play with Stuba for those months that I mentioned. But it will give you this Sens offers you a real relaxation and a tranquil place to go and chill out. It really is great. So very much like the pyramid, the gourmet restaurants will cover a multitude of tastes and cuisines. These 6 are only available if you're staying in the Sens part of the complex. They're not available to Grand Oasis Palm customers or Oasis Palm customers. So I'll just leave that for a second so you can just, pardon the pun, digest it. I told you they get worse. So resort restaurants, there's 5. So again, it's I suppose in one respect, it's eat and run stuff. Buffets, pizzas, sushi, snacks and stuff like that. So it's eat, run, go.
Right.
So you've got 3 exclusive bars. One which is really, really great, which you can see the pitch there, is the glass bar. Just mind-blowingly great. And like I said, this is what they do really, really well. They whoever comes up with these creations and designs really does need a pat on the back, because they really are very, very funky indeed. But you can see what you're going to get: premium liquors, imported cocktails, beers, you name it. It's gonna be available. And obviously, if you want an ice cream during the day, you can have one.
Fantastic.
So, Grand Oasis Palm, which is the main building. You can see to the right of the picture, you just see the outskirts of the Spanish galleon. This is where I would take my wife and 4.5-year-old daughter over the Grand Oasis Cancun. This has got family all over it. So if you want, a resort which is going to be at any one time 90% family driven, this is the one that you're going to send them to. And hence why it's known as a family resort. And there is some great kids facilities here. You can see probably at the bottom picture in the middle, you just see the outskirts of, I think is an elephant water flume thing. But they've got some dedicated kids areas. We got one of the beaches has got pirate statues everywhere on there. So it's, kids will love this. And there's kids themed pools and all sorts of bits and bobs. So it just smacks family left, right, and centre. So it's made up of suites and rooms. So again, it's about half the size of Grand Oasis Cancun. So this is why I would take my family here over Grand Oasis Cancun.
Okay, that's where you'd be taking Mango and Strawberry.
Mango and Strawberry would be packing their trunkies. That's it. That's how to think about that for a second. And they'll be pulled along.
They'll be off there. Okay, sounds good.
They'll be off there. So in terms of its excuse me, in terms of its split, 62 family suites, 120 superiors, and 332 standard rooms, which, like I said, I've got the limited view. So really, you've got a family, you want to put them into the family suites in an ideal world. So again, in terms of layout, very much similar, follows the same sort of styles, light, airy colours. Like I said, the standard rooms will have everything you need in there, but the views are limited. So you'll probably have a load of trees in front of you or something like that. So if you want to wake up to a more picturesque view, then you want to go for the superiors or the family suites. If you're not bothered, then the standard rooms are going to be absolutely fine for you. So 3 gourmet restaurants available to Grand Oasis Palm guests. Okay. And like I said, but if you're in the Sens, you can use these ones as well. But like I said, if you're in Grand Oasis Palm, you've got access to these 3 in terms of gourmet restaurants.
Looks lovely.
Eat and run, quick on the go is there as well. And obviously, you're going to have 9 resort bars, which again, some of those will be inside, outside. You don't have access to the gourmet bars, so it'll just be the going bars within the resort. Excuse me, sorry. So entertainment wise, absolutely everything you can do. Yeah, Nigel, this one for you, belly dancing. Get your derby out.
Those days are behind me. Trust me.
So if you like your live music, you got that.
Yeah, I mean, all joking aside, I think if I was looking there, what's jumped out at me is the Michael Jackson tribute, the comedy. I like a bit of sax. Yeah, I'm liking the sound of that.
You're going to have something for everybody here.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's all included in your all-inclusive price. So again, this is really why Mexico and Oasis deliver outstanding value.
Yeah, and then actually looking at it, the folklore, I'd love to do that because I mean, you want to sort of learn a little bit about the culture of where you are and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely be interested in that.
There's a lot of variety.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sports and activity, same as the others. So we'll just leave that on there for a second before we move on.
Oh, bit of beach football. Yeah.
Some dancing lessons. You can improve your flamenco dancing.
There you go. Actually, my aim would to be able to strike that pose in that top right-hand corner. Now, I can't do that. That would be a target for me.
I think me and you both there. So again, spa and wellness very much part of the part of the resort. Of course, again, I know I didn't mention it, and apologies, but obviously spa treatments are chargeable in resort. They're not part of the all-inclusive package.
Okay.
And I would suggest, obviously, you make your reservations, because obviously it's going to be very unlikely that you can just rock up and say, oh, can you fit us in half an hour's time? So please make sure, if you do want to do any treatments or anything like that, that you make the reservations as soon as you arrive, or within a day or so of resort. Now, I just realised that I have taken one slide out too many, because obviously this is 3 resorts in one, and we've only mentioned 2. Now, the third one is Oasis Palm. Okay. Now, Oasis Palm is part of the Grand Oasis Palm. However, the difference here is where you're going to be located within the Grand Oasis Palm. Now, guests at Oasis Palm will only get the first 2 floors. So basically they're ground level. So your view is pretty poor, really. But guests do get full access to the resort, like you would be if you're a Grand Oasis Palm client. You'll get access to all the main restaurants, not the gourmet ones, and the main bars. The only difference is where you are in the resort, okay, and you're pretty much restricted to standard rooms and the one above. But the price point difference sometimes throughout the year is quite considerable. So if you are on a really, really tight budget as a couple or as a family, then my recommendation would be to book Oasis Palm. Save yourselves quite a bit, but be prepared to have not the greatest view in terms of your room location. If you can live with that, you still have a great holiday. You'll still be able to access all the facilities of the resort. It's just where you're going to be in terms of your room location. So if you can put up with that, you're going to have a great time. And as I said, this is very much the family resort, but if you've got adults only there, one thing I would recommend they do is the adult only pirate ship excursion. Great fun. Involves lots of drinking, lots of singing, and a lot of adult entertainment. But they also do a family. They also do a family version. It's just great fun. So I'd certainly recommend you do that.
Just got a question from Anna asking, can you still use the gourmet restaurants?
No, because you don't have access to the gourmet restaurants unless you're in the Sens. Obviously, you've got 3 gourmet restaurants as in the Grand Oasis. If you're in Grand Oasis Palm, you've got access to 3 gourmet restaurants. If you're Oasis Palm, it's run of house restaurants, for better words.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you.
But that's really is the difference. Is that price point, because where you're going to be from a room level, but you've got full reign of all the main restaurants, but obviously not the gourmet. Obviously, you can still use all the pools, the beach, and everything else. So if you're on a tight budget, it's well worth it. And we have got offers on the Oasis Palm as well at the moment. So there's some really, really good savings to be made, Nigel.
Excellent.
And after the 45 minutes, I've gone absolutely hoarse and dry as a bone.
Oh, bless you. No problem at all. So just to repeat, then we've got that incentive with you.
Yep.
Be one of the first 25 to book, and you'll get a voucher. And then we've got these amazing discounts and upgrades. And just to verify, so it's for arrivals 1 May to 30 June and 1 September to 30 October. Is that right?
That's correct. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. And then we've got between 60 and 61%.
Bookable by the 30th of April.
Book by 30 April. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. And then in some instances, we've got double upgrades, and other instances, it's a single upgrade depending on the
Yeah.
property. So,
The
yeah.
the
Okay. Excellent.
double upgrade is only applicable to the pyramid,
Pyramid. Okay.
and it's a minimum 4-night stay to get the double
Four-night
upgrade.
stay.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, no problem. And yet those are available on stuba.com, and they should be
Yeah.
feeding through to our API partners as well. So
Yeah.
those should be available to everyone. That's brilliant.
Yeah. The
Okie
way, no,
dokie.
I just add, Nigel, the way it would look from yourselves, what we've basically done to create the double upgrade is that we've common rated the pricing point within our contracts to you.
Makes sense.
So when your guys are when all agents are searching, it will say standard room XYZ price, and then the double upgrade will be junior suite XYZ price, which will be the
XYZ price. So
same.
it show the same price. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Perfect.
they do. Everyone needs to book the higher room type at time of reservation.
Okay. That makes a
But
lot of sense. Okay.
You would not book it because it's the same price. But to
No, I understand. No,
avoid
I
any
think, but that
confusion,
clarification is important. Yeah, because
yeah.
as opposed to maybe booking that room and getting the upgrade on check-in in resort. But so that clarification is really important, actually. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's brilliant. Okay. Darren, thank you very much. I don't know if there are any other questions out there in webinar land from our guys. Thank you very much for your participation in the chat room and also your time in attending today. Yeah. If there are any questions, just let us know quickly before we head off. But no, Darren, thank you very much for your time, including the bad jokes. We've got.
They were for free.
They were for free. I've got one more question before we go. Is the pirate ship part of the all-inclusive price?
I believe that is a chargeable excursion.
It's a chargeable excursion, right? Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you everybody for joining. It's been really enlightening. I say it all the time after these webinars. Every time I've done a webinar, that hotel, train, or that destination goes to the top of my wish list. This is no different, I have to say. So thank you very much, everybody. Darren, thank you very much for going through what's clearly a fantastic product. And I hope Mango and Strawberry have a great holiday.
I'm sure they will do. They've got to do some paperwork now. So they've got a busy rest of the day ahead.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody. We will be sending you the recording for this, but thank you very much, everybody, for your time. And thanks again, Darren.
You're welcome, pal. Anytime. And happy selling to everybody, Oasis through Stuba.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Cheers. Take care, guys.
Thanks,
enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.